So the night of the record release party, it was like a listening party at the Rebar. Uh, Myself and friend Ryan, we got uh, one ticket. It's like that. I don't know. It's probably about 5 inches by 9 inches ticket. It's got the weird smiley face on it. Anyway, that was like an invite for one person plus one to go to the listening party. And at the door, they gave you a copy of Nevermind, and I think this was a little bit before Nevermind came out. I think the EP had come out, so we actually um, ended up getting copies of Nevermind. I'm pretty sure that everybody that was there got a copy of Nevermind, and I want to say a poster or something too. I'm trying to remember. Um, anyway, so I get in there and it's like free, all the free alcohol you can you can drink, and there's a lot of like um, food set up. Um, but I remember yeah, you could drink from a keg, and I think there was some kegs until the kegs went dry. Everybody could just drink off the kegs, and I think there was hard drinks. I didn't really drink beer. I probably had like a whiskey sour or something. I wasn't much of a drinker back then, but yeah, I just hung out in there. I remember. I remember Kurt like sitting in the corner for a while, for quite a while, and I don't know if he was probably overwhelmed. Everybody wanting to talk to him. They were like playing Nevermind over the sound system there at the Rebar, and I went up and talked to him, and I was gonna give him some weed, and I remember he turned it down. He didn't want it. He didn't want any weed. So yeah, so you can only imagine like everybody was getting really really wasted. Um, and I remember a food fight. Like food started just being thrown every which way. There was like it was Rebar's. It was kind of set up how it was last time I was there. It was a few, probably 6 years ago. So you have one side with seats, and the bar faces that side, and then there's like another side where bands play, or there's like more of a stage in a room or whatever. So it was over there. Um, like all of a sudden, like you just saw stuff being thrown, and I seem to remember like guacamole and everything being thrown, like just you know, all over the place. Um, so that was fun. Listen, I was familiar with a lot of songs that were on there that were already recorded with Chad. The demo. So, but there was a lot of songs I didn't know, and that was probably the first time I had heard like half of that album. Um, and yeah, um, what can I say about that? I mean, of course, it was like listening to Nevermind for, the first time in its entirety. Really, I think that was probably the first time I heard it. My neighbors slamming doors. Um, so after that, there was rumors of a party, and I don't know whose house it was. I want to say it was a photographer or something, but it was kind of downtown, and a bunch of us walked downtown, and it was upstairs, and I don't think it was a really tall apartment building or anything. But anyway, so we were upstairs, just hanging out, whatever, drinking, talking, and all of a sudden the door opens up, and we all just started choking. Really, I mean, it was like noxious. Just what the fuck, you know? We're all coughing and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and we look over and there's stuff coming out. You know, the smog coming out up from the door that leads into the apartment from upstairs, and Kurt comes crawling in to the apartment, crawling. I mean, barely, like he looked like he was about to die. And I went over and grabbed him, and somebody else, and we grabbed him. And when he opened the window, we went over to the window, and and like stuck his head out the window to get some fresh air. And he was just, just trying to get fresh air and get his breathing back. But there's more of a story like that's been written about. Anyway, I was there and experienced it. And when it came into the apartment, we all just started it was really noxious. It was a lot too. He must have just, I don't know what he was thinking, man. I think he was pretty fucked up. He seemed really quiet and really, just sitting in a corner. He was probably pounding drinks, listening, trying to get through the evening. It's probably pretty overwhelming being a listening party, knowing Kurt. It was probably like, I can't wait to get out of here. So anyway, that's a pretty good story. I'm gonna upload a bunch of stories. I want to have a friend interview me, so I'm not being interviewed right now. I just decided just to think of a good story, but it seems like if I'm interviewed, it'll spark more memories. So anyway, this is number one, and there's a lot more to come. So thanks for listening. Like everybody says, subscribe or whatever. And then you'll know when I upload more videos. So, okay, thanks, bye.